Okay. First of all, I think we should make it clear, again, that most of these references are none of which is made to one single authentic reference in Islam, and I'll respond to the quotation that you referred to Bukhari, which is again misinterpreted. When you refer to As-Suyuti, Ibn Ishaq, or Ibn Kathir, lots of scholars have indicated that these were scholars. They tried their best, but many of them included in their collection weak narrations. They included sometimes strong narration and weak narration. That's why I was asking you, what source of that? Suppose As-Suyuti say that. What is his reference? And since the science of hadith methodology and verification has gone through a very meticulous stage, later scholars were able to sift through all of these reports, including whatever As-Suyuti is a human being, Ibn Ishaq or others, to point out to some of the weak narration that they mentioned and the stronger ones. Furthermore, some scholars even would go further than that, and they say that some of those writers, including Ibn Kathir, for example, might have assumed that their readers are scholarly and they have the means of verification and examining the authenticity of stories, so they just reported the stories as they are without making commentary. This is sometimes has been said about Ibn Ishaq. Secondly, when you're talking, for example, about the narration that somebody says that I don't have all the Quran, this was a mistake on the part of Ibn Umar, and the other companions corrected him. And like I said, it does not appear anywhere in any authentic collection of hadith. The only one that you mentioned is the one in Bukhari, and that is gravely misunderstood. That actually proves that the main way of preserving the Quran has been memorization. Writing in full was there, but the most important single one was memorization. How did Zayd know that there is one verse missing? He meant here missing in writing. In other words, his function was to verify the written manuscripts with the memorizers of the Quran in public. So he knew that there is one verse missing. That means he memorized it. He knows it, and that's why he's looking around. And it happened that unlike other verses in the Quran that you find 5, 6 or more manuscripts containing the same verse many people have written at that time, it so happened that that ayah or that verse at that time was only available with Khuzaymah. By the way, it doesn't mean that this was the only writing, because other companions were away in other parts of the Muslim land, and maybe they had the manuscripts with them. So he found that written one, which means that he knew that something was there. So all of these arguments really seem to miss two important points. First, the methodology of verification of hadith, and many of the Christian writers unfortunately keep fishing for some of those weak narration, and they leave aside the tremendous consistent evidence that is found in the Quran itself, about itself, as well as in the more authentic type of hadith. The second problem with them also is again the lack of understanding that the Quran was preserved by memorization. And Al-Hallaj did not have any modification of the Quran for your information. What was added later on was vowel signs in accordance with the way Muslims memorized the Quran generation after generation directly from the mouth of the prophets.